Testing this microphone. Hold on. That sounds good. All right. Let's see. What up, guys? We are currently experiencing what will probably be one of the most remembered tornado outbreaks in Alabama and Mississippi for a couple years to come. I'm not saying this is going to be like super outbreak material, but this is this is a pretty gnarly day. We got two big supercells right now that are about to impact northwest Alabama. They've already impacted areas south of Tupelo. There was a tornado on the ground at some point with this supercell that's going into Russellville right now. Let's check the velocity on that. See where we can get a good tornado signature here. It's not very impressive, but it is right there. Right there, you can see that. That's going to be tracking northeast, like it's doing right there. That should miss the town of Russellville. This might be a problem down the line for areas near Florence and Muscle Shoals, especially. Muscle Shoals might get hit by this directly if it stays on the same path. So obviously, if you're anywhere near or in between Red Bay and Russellville, I know that there's actually not that many people in between there, but obviously if you're from anywhere in that region, you need to be at a safe place. It's about to cross Alabama Highway 24. That is obviously if you're from, obviously I'm from North Alabama. This is Toasted Noodle audience too, so I can't be like super precise on where I am. I'm sure I'm going to spoil it here in a second, but I have a lot of people, obviously, if you ever come from Columbus or Starkville and go up towards Tupelo and you're on your way, right now it's about to cross that highway from where you get into Alabama and when you're on your way to Moulton or Decatur. So that's going to come up. I know there's a gas station pretty by itself out here on this. Let's see if we can zoom in here. I'm using a new radar system. Okay, cool. So this has got the small communities. Okay, cool. I'm going to be able to work with this. This is a new radar system. I just got into this this past week, but this is good. I mean, we got a lot of, this is going to impact Piney Bend, Jordan's Mill, Dempsey, Old Nauvoo, Gwynn Crossroads especially. I would say that's making a pretty good beeline right towards there. This is radar indicated. This is not a tornado on the ground right now. But this could, we're in the environment where at any time, you could have a long-track violent tornado. So you got to respect it. So this is probably not on the ground right now, but it could get on the ground at any moment. So again, that's where it is. It's moving in this general direction. These storms so far I've noticed are moving really north-northeast. And that'll probably change as the day goes on, as the surface low gets kind of parallel to where we are. But for now, they're moving pretty north-northeast. Okay, so let's go back to reflectivity. We're going to zoom out here. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for all, Russellville, Red Bay, Florence, Muscle Shoals, huge chunk of Lauderdale and Colbert counties. So, obviously take this seriously. You could have hail up to a quarter or, quarter size inch in diameter, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And that does have a tornado possible tag, but that's just, I think, because of the supercell that's taking over down there, and it's still following that track. Let's watch this play out a little bit, because the positioning of where the supercell will end up will dictate how the rest of the day looks in a lot of these places. So let's see. Get a swig of water here. I appreciate it. So I was looking at the chat. I got a lot going on, so I'm like, y'all got to do the thankful for the weather. I just hang out, dude. We're hanging out, trying to keep it cool. This is fine. We have some of these events once every 2 years to this magnitude. Now it has been 4 years since we had one, and it is interesting. In 2021 in March, there was March 17th, 2021, and then March 25th, 2021. 8 days apart, two high risks in pretty much the same place. There was I think an F3 that went through Shelby County, south of Birmingham. So this is what I mean by, where the supercell goes could, pretty much impact the day. Right now, Cape values are elevated at least enough, pretty much all the way through here. And I mean, you're not even going to have to worry about it in central Alabama. I mean, goodness gracious. But where these supercells are chugging along is pretty much going to dictate the northern extent of the threat. So this is, let's see, that has been moving. I mean, that's still tracking up towards Florence. My concern is that if that keeps on that track and that becomes the dominant forcing right there, then any of these could fire up eventually and turn into supercells, and that would impact places like Decatur, Athens, and Huntsville, and we could get into that kind of like trains on a track, just multiple all in a row. So that's my concern, but we're just going to have to, watch this closely. The northern extent of this in some way reminds me of April 28th, 2014. Again, that's a lot of trains on a track. That was the F3 in Coxie. That one was a big day too. But down here in southern Mississippi, there is a lot going on. Let's get this radar right here. These are discrete, completely completely out there by themselves supercells. I mean, you have multiple. Let's see. This one is an observed tornado on the ground near Meridian, Mississippi. That's gonna, that's gonna cross U.S. Highway. I guess that's State Route 39 right there. Not quite worrying about U.S. Highway 45 yet, but that's heading in that general direction. Mississippi Route 99 or 19. It's going to pass north of Meridian, though. So Meridian is good. And then going down here is where things just, golly, this is intense. Towards Collins, Mississippi, Taylorsville. This is an observed tornado on the ground. Down here, this is another observed tornado on the ground. That's north of Columbia, Mississippi. And then, let's see, you know what? We actually have camera, and it's going to say, not for broadcast without our permission, but I'm a YouTuber, so hopefully that's not a big deal. Golly, those clouds are moving fast. I don't know which way this is pointing. But, those dew points. It's been going up and down, but it got up to 71. That's crazy high. I mean, for this time of year, March, 71 is high. But clouds moving fast up there. I don't think that's pointing towards the supercell, because if it was, that's looking right into it. Let's see. We got radar indicated, so that's not a tornado on the ground right now. And we got a radar indicated right here. And that's down into Louisiana. So it's a little messy right in here. But I'm sure, I'm suspicious about this cluster right there. That could probably turn into a supercell, and that would impact northern Tuscaloosa County down the line. Lamar, Pickens. Sorry, Auburn, dude. Looking at the score, we're getting our booties kicked right now. But you know what? It is what it is. Let's see. Let's go to the Columbus radar. Yeah, that's just. Yeah, we got a tornado outbreak going on right now. This is full throttle, and I do worry about what happens when this gets into Alabama. Obviously, and I'll let this just play. Looking at this whole system, you just don't want to see that. It's not April 27th, but it's really bad. That's just straight up. Again, that supercell, I'm watching that thing. It really might pass. Again, this is northwest Alabama. I'm going to focus on right here. What is this? Huh. Sorry, I'm learning new things about this radar system. Huh. Okay, they got a little radar in Lawrenceburg. Noted. Okay, that's cool. All right. Anyways, sorry, learning new things. I'm looking at the chat real quick. Let me get over here. Let's see. This is pretty scary. Hope you guys are safe. We'll be all right. You know, this happens. Some of the hooks I've seen coming out of this outbreak so far are insane. That is true. It is, it's very true. What radar are you using? I'm using Radar Omega. I used to talk a lot of trash about Radar Omega, but I'm eating those words right now because this is really cool. Hey, Noodle, I'm praying for you, man. We're good, man. We're good. Appreciate the prayers, though. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Auburn Twitter's tweeting, this fall off sucks, man. We still got 5 minutes to go in the game. I know we're down by, 12 now? But come on now. See if we'll get this 3. Yes, sir. All right, see, we're still in this game. Anyways, we got, again, this is the possible tornado right here in northwest Alabama, south of Red Bay, towards Vina. Let's go over to velocity so we can see winds. It's not looking particularly impressive right now, to be honest with you. It's definitely there. It's very broad rotation. But we got reports of a hail up to 1.5 inches in diameter. That's insane. So, you know, that's another huge part of this storm. There is a little interesting part up there in Florence. Let me check that out in the... Yeah. Okay, I'm looking over here towards Florence. Let's go to reflectivity. It doesn't look classic at all. I mean, that looks like an embedded within that line, maybe. That looks more elevated right there, though. But there's broad rotation northwest of Florence. And this broad rotation that's warned, I mean, obviously they're not going to cancel it. But, hold on. Obviously they're not going to cancel it. But it is broad. And it's not really impressive right now. But keep in mind, by the way, it's only 2:03. This is we have just really gone into the peak daylight heating, I mean, we got a lot of day ahead, and I mean, again, what I'm concerned about is when this gets into Alabama, because the trough goes more negative tilt, dynamics increase and actually improve as things move into Alabama. And let me do this real quick too, because we got some people on the Gulf Coast that are looking at this too. Let me just flip to a radar from down there. Let's go to Mobile. There's a tornado outbreak ongoing to your northwest. However, you are not under a tornado watch right now. Let me pull up the watch warning map if I can. Let's see. I'll keep that window open. Sorry, I'm a one-man team, so let's see. So just be a little patient with me here. Just go to the National Weather Service page. Let's show the watch warning map. They should have the, zoom in here. Oh my gosh, Auburn cut it to 4. See, told you, hey, calm down, dude. We're fine. Probably gonna lose still, but hey. So let me switch this over. This is the watch warning map. And as you can see, you have you have a PDS watch, first of all, in Alabama. That's the yellow on the map. There's a lot of yellow in Mississippi as well. Obviously, the red and the orange, those are tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings. And then a PDS watch extends from south. It's always so hard to describe that. I guess like New Orleans north in Louisiana. So I guess southeast Louisiana. All the way north through Mississippi, through Alabama, and all the way up to the Tennessee-Kentucky border. That isn't a PDS watch. The PDS watch is the Alabama-Mississippi border and everything south of that. Everything north of that, regular tornado watch, but you still have to, you could still have some strong tornadoes. Several strong tornadoes, actually. So that is what's going on, kind of like the big picture in the watch map. Obviously, we see the warnings on here, and I could probably put that on here, but I don't want to get too clustered. So let's bring that back over to the radar. I'm hearing thunder here. So, there you go. Let's see. Let's go to north of Columbus. Yeah, I mean, it's still looking nasty. I mean, that's a big supercell. Getting some purples in there. Let's look at the velocity. All right, it's coming back together. It's going through its cycles. It is. I just heard yelling down there. Sorry. Let's see. That is. I guess where it would be right now is probably right here on Alabama Route 24, in between Red Bay and Russellville. See if we can zoom in more. Can't do that when I'm drawing. So it's pretty much right over Belgreen. And it will be moving north-northeast towards Frankfort. See, down the line, Bear Creek. But I don't think it's on the ground right now. Let's check correlation coefficient. And yeah, I'm not seeing anything too impressive. I think that feedback it's getting right there is the hail, because I mean it's hearing more yelling. What's going on? Golly, okay, we're on a run. Whew. Come on, don't get me. I got too much, guys. I got too much going on right now, man. I got too much work going on. I got too much going on. Auburn is on a 10-0 run since I said we were down by 12 with 3:56 to go. All right, I'm not a professional yet. I don't have to be professional yet, but I'm going to try my best to be. But when Auburn's playing, come on, in the SEC semifinal. So, all right, let's go to reflectivity. Just basic. There's a big mass. I don't think that's going to do anything to the environment here, like really, but there is a mass of rain coming in. It's in Moulton right now. Let's look at the Cape values. I think, okay, so the better Cape values, this is kind of like the leading edge. I'm trying to see what that band is, like out in front of that. Behind that is about 1,000 joules per kilogram. We're sitting at probably around 700 right now. And it has gone down a little bit just because of those storms. But there's still, I mean, you're still getting surface. I'm sorry, I totally forgot that I didn't switch this. Let me. Okay, there you go. You're still seeing some Cape, like, deeper into these storms. Like right in here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. I think you can. Can you? No, you definitely can't. Okay. But in North Alabama, we got a new tornado warning now that includes Florence, so we'll get to that in a second. Is that observed? Radar indicated. Okay, cool. That's basically storm fuel. Let's see, let's run it back to, what just happened? Oh, I clicked on it. Whoops, what are you going to do? Is that what happened? Okay, there you go. Let's go to, I guess, let's just do most unstable Cape. Is that what I'm at? Thermodynamics, surface-based Cape. Okay. Yeah, so this is a surface-based Cape. So we're at 500. But as I thought, those storms aren't really doing anything. The Cape is getting cut off by this supercell right here. So that is going to go through Florence. But everything out ahead of that still has sufficient Cape values. In fact, let's look at the significant tornado parameter. Let's go effective layer. And it's really starting to ramp up. I mean, it's really starting to ramp up. You're getting anything above a 2 is pretty significant. Let's see, we got a 1.5 probably right now in Limestone County. We got 2 in Florence. And then as you go south and west, it increases. We got another mesoscale discussion that's down in Louisiana, Mississippi. But let's go to that tornado warning right now in Florence. Let's go to the radar. Zoom in here. All right, so you can definitely see your hook. I mean, you know where it would be just looking at that before we go into the velocity here. It's definitely going to be somewhere in here. And it's going to be tracking, again, north-northeast pretty much. And that's going to come somewhere in between Florence and Rogersville. Let's see. So just have to keep an eye on that. So now let's go to velocity. So I keep hunching over, but I have a laptop. It's like I can't do much about it. It is starting to tighten, I think, up down here. Let's compare that. Let's see if that is right. Yeah, it might be. Let's go to correlation coefficient. See if we got any debris. Not anything obvious. But we're waiting for that next scan to come in, so it would match up with that. But your possible tornado is going to be somewhere in here. I know that's a broad region, but it's a kind of broad rotation, so it's hard to say for sure. But if it tightens, we'll definitely know where it's going. But it's going to be tracking a little bit towards this way, and I think they're giving themselves some room for error because it's hard to say that Florence is going to get hit by this tornado, just because the wind direction, you can see, the convergence is right there. So pretty much the dynamics of that storm is still right there. So it's, boy, it's, let's look at, it's hard to say Florence would get hit by this. Basically what I'm saying. But that being said, it's still in the cards because it is making such a north-northeast like trend. Let's see. We're going to go down south here. Starkville is threading the needle, by the way. I know we got people watching in Starkville. That is threading the needle. All right. So far, Starkville is lucking out, and I mean, you're going to have to wait for that last line to go through, but it's not looking bad. It's not looking bad. So down here towards Columbus, this is a wide tornado warning. But that is for that cluster of storms we were talking about earlier. I think this is still Columbus radar. So let's go to high-res velocity. Okay. I mean, yeah. All right. Let's track that out. There's definitely south of Macon, Mississippi. Yeah. Okay. So we have a pretty good indication of a tornado south of I almost said Bacon, Mississippi. Macon, Mississippi. Let's go to correlation coefficient, and this shows possible debris aloft. And not seeing anything yet, but it's definitely tightening. It's definitely tightening. Let's see. I just heard Dad stomping downstairs, so let's see real quick. Let's see what's going on here. That sounded angry. Yeah, it was angry. Things aren't going good. Let's see. High-res velocity again. So this is also making a pretty good north-northeast trend. So we're going to put this like going in that general direction. That's my cone. But that's going towards Columbus. That's going up there towards Columbus. So, I mean, that's going towards a pretty high population right there. Hopefully it doesn't intensify too rapidly here, because if it does, it could take more of that right turn and impact Columbus, and then eventually down the line, sections of Alabama towards, Reform, Millport area. So let's go back up here to Florence. Let's go to velocity, see if we got any improvements. And I'm still thinking if it's there, it's right in here. How old is this radar image? I feel like this is the same one. This is 2:08. This is 7 minutes ago. So this is delayed a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you still got possible tornado right in there. Again, it's not particularly impressive, but it is still going to head in this general direction. Let me play that out real quick just to kind of verify that. I missed the play button. There we go. Oh, he's screaming. Let's see. We're going to go right through there. So I think this is going to head towards Rogersville. I think this is going to come in towards Rogersville. Whether or not it's on the ground or not, at that point, there's still a pretty good indication that this is going to be heading towards Rogersville. It's radar indicated. There's ping pong size hail. This is 1.5 inch hailstones out of this. So even if there isn't a tornado on the ground, there's still potential for massive damage. That's significant hail. Let's go just kind of the basic radar reflectivity again. Behind this, you have another. I bet you that's a little circulation right there. Well, maybe. Let's see. So, right now, it's looking like this is the. I don't know if that's the official dry line. Before I say that, let me see. Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much the dry line, but it's pretty slow moving. Oh my gosh, he just freaked out. Hold on, that was pain though. I felt pain out of that. Big lightning crash here. Yep, pain. A foul? Yeah, foul. All right, cool. Let's see. So we still have, and you gotta watch the cell right behind it too. We're gonna go to velocity again. Again, possible tornado sitting right in here, and that's going to be tracking up towards Rogersville in the next 30 to 45 minutes. Let's see. It's pretty. This is a volatile setup. You have to respect it. These are great. This is a great environment for tornadoes. So this could touch down at any time. Crazy voice crack. Wow. All right. These could touch down at any time. Got to keep an eye on it. I feel like Dad is about to go into cardiac arrest down there with how terrified he sounds. I'm going to go check on the man real quick. I will be right back. But I'll do one quick, before I do that, I'll do one quick recap here. There's a possible tornado, not on the ground right now, but a possible tornado near Russellville heading up towards Muscle Shoals eventually will impact Rogersville. Be in a safe place if you're in any of those locations. I think Russellville, I can give you, at least central and southern Russellville, I can give you the all clear. North Russellville, stay in your safe place. I will be right back. All right. All right, I'm back. We lost. But it is what it is. The dance is next weekend. We'll have a good time. And it is what it is. But it makes my job a lot easier because now I can focus on this a little bit more. Finally. Let's see. So I was looking at the circulation while I was down there. And let's see. It was looking kind of tight at one point. But they might have to readjust the warning because I'm seeing it like right in here. Maybe right here. There's my two areas of interest. All right, I'm going to put my fingers on there and then look back at reflectivity and see which one makes sense. That's usually what I just do. Of course, it's an old image, but it looks like the one on the right would make more sense. So they might have to readjust this warning. I thought that saying Florence was going to be in it was a bit of a stretch. But, you know. So this is going to continue to move to the northeast, northeast, and that's going to impact eventually like Loretto, Lawrenceburg, maybe over there to Pulaski. Let's see. Now we got a tornado warning for issued by Birmingham. So let's see what that is. That's probably down here at probably down here. I would guess it Gainesville, ML. Let's see. Sumter. Let's get that map real quick. Yeah. So it is this one. This is for Sumter County. They just popped it up right there. This is a radar indicated tornado. Hail not a big threat here, but this is still a supercell that's tracking generally. Let's time that one out. Come on now. Come on now. Let's see. Come on. There we go. That one's tracking more northeast, not northeast, just northeast. That one could be a problem down the line for Tuscaloosa because that environment's going to be pretty ripe, especially with all that daytime sunlight that they got. Let's see. So, golly, okay. So this storm right here has 2.75 inches in diameter of hail. That's the size of a baseball. Radar indicated tornado though, so it's got a massive updraft. And goodness, yeah, I mean, it's starting to lightning over here. Again, this is the convection that's kind of gone out ahead of everything right in here. And any of these, I guess, in theory, could turn into a supercell at any point. However, they haven't yet. That's good news because the more messy it gets, the more it stabilizes the environment and decreases the risk for those tornadoes. However, if anything can get going and they grab onto our dynamics that we have, no holds barred. So, let's see. Let's go to the Huntsville radar. It's taking a little bit to load. There is a lot of clutter in the area. Let's see. Yeah, the line is going through Nashville right now. Not anything severe, though. And I would think, after they go through the line, that they would get put out of the tornado watch. Let's go to velocity. Check on that again. All right, so now you're getting a little bit more tightening. That's going to be right in here. Actually, there's two areas. I think this might be the hail core, though. So let's look at old correlation coefficient, see if we got anything on the ground. Not anything obvious from that angle. Let's go to Columbus. Not anything to obviously hail, but not anything obvious in terms of a tornado down. This has it, goodness, possible. I mean, it's hard to really define a real good circulation right there. But from this angle, you have two areas of interest here. One right here and another one right here towards Florence. So I'm about to cross into Killen. Both of those could be tornadoes. Or at least tornadoes trying to form. So if you're in Killen, Lexington, I would go ahead and get in your safe place. And also, Muscle Shoals, especially East Muscle Shoals, north of Town Creek over to Rogersville. Get in your safe place. That's, lowest floor, away from windows. Wear a bicycle helmet or something like that if you have. I mean, this is the type of day where you could have intense tornadoes. So here's your cluster of supercells right here. It's admittedly messy, but as it moves, as the day goes forward, everything is going to increase. Let's go to the current conditions now, and as you can see, it's still hanging on. That 500 joules per kilogram right there, still hanging on over North Alabama. It was forecasted to be a little bit more than that. It's wow. The RAP model is completely different than everything else. But I think the HER behind that is printing it becoming really messy. The whole system. So if the whole system goes messy, then that would help our chances up here, but it wouldn't completely annihilate the threat because you can still get, a good amount of tornadoes in one of those messy environments, but that would make them rain wrapped, and pretty much just scary. Let's see, my mic is on, right? Yeah. Let's check the chat. Let's see what we got going on. I haven't looked at that in a minute. What's up, guys? Let's see what we got. What is a mod? A mod is like, we got a moderate risk. I think that's what you're talking about. Let's see. Oh, war dam anyways. Indeed. Chat mod is for moderators. Oh, moderator. There's a mod in here? Or somebody asking for mod. All right, whatever. Where are the polygons? Right there. We don't need to be modernized. Thanks, Emily. Where are the I already read that. So, what weather software do you use? This is Radar Omega. My poor house in flow. Yeah. I'm kidding. I don't see a tornado on the ground right now. Golly, we might have to watch. Look at that in a second. People would shelter regardless of tornado in that warning. I agree. He's using Radar Omega. Tornadoes in Mississippi are going crazy. Christian says, mods, mute, not doom, please. You know what, Christian? You're getting mod. Out of all the people, I'll give you mod. Add as moderator. Managing moderators. There's a difference? Can manage blocked words, and I'm just gonna give you managing. I trust you. Ever been to the YMCA? I know what you're referencing. No, I have not. All right, let's look at velocity. I'm watching the cell over Limestone County. It's starting to get its act together a little bit, but still not anything too significant right now. Still got two areas of interest. I think that's the hail core if I had to guess, but that's still broad rotation. You have another rotation down here towards Wilson Lake, and maybe another one trying to fire up right here. I mean, at any point, the supercell can drop a tornado. I'm surprised, honestly, it hasn't yet. But I mean, it is it's the king of that whole environment. I mean, it's got everything it needs, pretty much, at least for right now. I mean, this is still, you look at the whole thing and you're like, well, this could still be a big deal. I mean, you still got these are definitely about to fire right here. These are about to fire up Millport, and that'll track east northeast into the area. So this big supercell again is going to head generally in that direction, but that is going to lay a boundary right in here, at least until like Christian, if you're watching, the answer is yes, but be careful. But the boundary is going to be around there, and that's where you could really have some initiation of some more supercells down the line, but we're not going to be done really until that passes, or this goes by. So Florence right now, I'm not going to give you the all clear for the event, but it is close right now. I would say, let's see, I'm going to draw a little hatched area right here. Let's go right there, right there, right there. I would say this area is practically in the all clear right now. Corinth, Tupelo, I would even make a stretch out to say Tupelo. The atmosphere is just way too stable right there. And I think that colored in area right there is for sure all clear. But that, and I know, you probably see that and you're like, oh, well, if that's all clear, then that's coming close. But with these, I mean, these are going to track, these aren't really a line that's going like that. It's not. It's more of a line that's going individually like this. So along that line, you could get supercells to form. And that is a concern moving forward. Again, any of these could probably stir up into a supercell here soon. You gotta stay vigilant with these things. But we still have a tornado outbreak ongoing. Let's go down the line. South of Columbus, we have a tornado moving, or a possible tornado, radar indicated. That's going to move definitely to the west of Columbus. I'm interested to see if they'll extend that warning into Alabama. Let's go velocity. It's still pretty tight. I mean, that's still pretty tight. That's very respectable. Let's go to correlation coefficient. And is it just gonna? Okay, there might be something there. There is some small sign of a tornado down south of Columbus that'll go east northeast. Ethelsville. There you go, towards Ethelsville, and then eventually maybe up to Millport. Down the line, we got a radar indicated tornado. We'll look on the velocity with that one too. This one's a little bit more broad, but it's a supercell out there by itself. An environment like this, tornadoes could form at any time. That'll be heading up there towards, I guess, north of Utah, Geiger, Gainesville, Union. That would eventually go into Tuscaloosa, but we still probably have like an hour until that happens. Let's see. Let's go to the Jackson radar. And this is where things are really getting gnarly. You got multiple tornadoes. This is an observed tornado on the ground. Let's see if one of these chasers got it. Oh, he's flying. He's just going right down the middle of the road. Wow. All right, good for that guy. Oh, my cat is meowing. That's breaking my heart. There's the observed tornado down right here. And I go, yeah, that's observed too. Let's see if he's in Taylor. This is Brad Arnold in Taylorsville, Mississippi. It looks like that's a wall cloud right there, what he's looking at. So he doesn't have eyes yet. This guy, is this the guy that I looked at earlier, Connor Croft? Oh, he got a little cam going. That's good. Let's go down the line. Let's see. This is radar indicated, so that's not a tornado on the ground. There were multiple tornadoes on the ground at some point a lot earlier. Let's go to New Orleans radar. Yeah, I mean, just same old, same old. It is messy. Right now it's pretty messy, which is good for the overall state of things. But as the day goes on, it's either going to go one of two ways, and it's going to be either, more supercells come out of this, more supercells come out of these scattered showers, like out ahead of everything else. Those could turn tornadic soon. So you have to just got to keep an eye on it. We had another tornado warning that they issued, or that was a continuation of the tornado warning in Sumter County. Okay, so now we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Florence, Athens, and Muscle Shoals. So this is for this guy right here. This is the big hail producer. Baseball size hail. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning for Athens. So if you're in Athens, treat this like a tornado warning. There's a tornado possible tag on it. I know that. I saw that in the... Let's see. Well, actually, let's double check that because I'm not exactly sure. They did cancel the tornado warning with this supercell, so that's good. Hail 1.75, so that's golf ball, so it's gone down a little bit. This is Colbert, Franklin, Lauderdale, Lawrence, and Limestone counties. Damage threat considerable, winds up to 60 miles per hour. So this is a pretty gnarly supercell. So let's track the cell itself. Let's play this in motion. And what I like to do is go on the southern end and the north end and see what the difference has been. This is still going like that. We got, let's see. I still don't really think this impacts Athens. I really don't. I think this is really going to go up towards Loretto, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, maybe Elkmont, West Limestone. Obviously, you got to watch for rotation with this thing, but right now, it's not looking particularly nasty. Let's go to high-res velocity, and there's a couple. It's trying. You can definitely tell, it's trying, but not anything significant right now. I'd say points of interest, not really even possible rotations right now, but points of interest is right there and right here for possible rotation down the line. So hopefully that stays consistent and it doesn't switch up on us. But rain is coming down. This is, let's see, this cluster right here is kind of feeding in to the main supercells. So it is, at this point, you would have to think it's stabilizing the environment a little bit. So that's good, especially for the northern extent of this whole thing. Let's look at the multiple radar site one so we can get like a broad picture of this. Okay. So tornado threat is definitely ongoing for pretty much, I would say, the Tennessee-Alabama state line down all the way to the Gulf Coast for right now. But right now, at this particular moment, and this could change pretty rapidly, and I expect it to in some way here soon. But right in here is going to be the really gnarly stuff for the next couple hours. Now, I do think there is a good chance that the rest of the state eventually, because we still have a long way to go with this, eventually is going to get impacted by this. But right now, the majority of the real tornado-producing supercells are in central Mississippi going into central Alabama. I guess southern central Mississippi going into central Alabama. But there is one supercell that will probably eventually track towards Tuscaloosa. Obviously, you gotta respect that. You know, there's a lot of crazy tracks from back in the days. It's not just April 27th. There were many days that had violent tornadoes going through Tuscaloosa. So always got to respect that when that's showing up. The Columbus radar is definitely closer. I don't know what I was thinking here. That is a pretty good indication of a tornado right there. You got the hook. So a possible tornado is definitely like right there. And now they're extending that tornado warning. All right, so that's going to be going right in through here. The hope is that it doesn't strengthen too much. Dad says, has clutter choked our threat? Not yet. Not yet. That would be nice, but not yet. Can't make that call yet. I do not think so, especially us being under a severe thunderstorm warning. Now we have a new tornado warning for Gordo and Reform. I don't know. Probably not Reform, but Millport. That might be, yeah, it'll be Gordo, Millport. So this is with this one up here. Let's go to the velocity. Well, I don't know why it keeps doing that. That one's still tight, and that's going to be moving, let's see, didn't mean to zoom in there. Right here, generally. So that's going to be going in roughly this direction. So I wouldn't say Gordo. Actually, that was that tornado warning. It went up to Gordo. This one is a possible tornado going up towards Ethelsville and Millport. I don't think they've pulled the trigger on this one yet, actually. But down here, they have. You know, you got a possible tornado. That hook echo down here, that is south of Geiger. Alabama Highway 17 going northeast. And that could impact the city of Tuscaloosa eventually, especially if it strengthens. If it strengthens, it's going to take more of a right-hand turn and really start digging into that environment. But, you know, still going to keep an eye on this. Let's move back up here, check the status with this storm right here. And again, you got a lot of cluster up here. The main cell is still right here. So that's still ongoing, and that is going to continue to move in this direction. So I do think the main cell steers clear of Athens and Coxey and Tanner and Decatur. However, West Limestone, like Anderson, Elkmont, I think that's definitely still in the cards, an impact there. Let's go to velocity. You're getting a little bit again in here, but still some broad rotation now in Rogersville, another point of interest right there. Check out both of those. I mean, those are still areas where you could get a tornado. Let's play this out again. Kind of get an idea. Yeah, this is really like right here. I mean, you just have several rain bands coming out right there. And that's good news for us. I mean, the more clustered this gets, the less likely it is that we're going to have long track violent tornadoes up here. We could definitely still get some tornadoes, especially with this boundary that is set up right here. We could definitely still get a couple tornadoes. But until that passes, we're all in. Let's go down here. Again, this is probably the most concerning supercell in Alabama so far today. This one right now I wouldn't expect to impact the campus of Tuscaloosa. But if it really intensifies, it could, because it could take more of a right-hand turn. But that is concerning. So if you are, by chance, out of the, 23 people that are I don't know. 244 people, that's insane at one point. North of Union, up towards Gordo, if you're in any of those locations, you happen to be watching Alabama Highway 14 in between Aliceville and Utah, get your safe place. I mean, you got to get in a safe place right now. This is a tornado out there by itself, and it's going to continue to track northeast, and there is no reason to think that it would weaken at any point. Let's refresh the mesoscale analysis page and tight gradients. Let's look at that. Tight gradients. The surface low has came together 990, what is that? 4 millibars. Let's go to supercell composite. So this is the supercell composite right now, supposedly. And that does go right along that dry line. So we're still in an environment where supercells can form. And obviously, the thing that just entered Limestone County, that is a supercell. It's just not the classic, supercell that you would think of. But as the day goes on, it still has us up here in North Alabama solidly in the threat. And you're still getting those big, you're still getting cells. You're still getting some cells. And I expect us, the threat's not going to be over for a while. You look back over here, and you got to keep in mind the kind of environment we are in today. Yes, this is some clutter right now, but it's not really like a super big boundary to the point where I'm going to be concerned about the whole event busting up here, because under that, for example, this supercell's been trying to get its act together for a minute. That's one that could, kick up again. I do expect this one to be warned eventually again. Obviously, this supercell, could be the supercell of the day. So you have all these little individual cells, and this is a slow-moving line right there. So these are going to continue to move in this general direction and move out. But as long as this main line hasn't passed, we're fine. We in terms of tornado environment, we are fine. We got everything we need. Let's check down here again to kind of get an idea. This guy looks like he might be on something here. Connection lost. But there looked like there was another guy. Bay Springs. An observed tornado on the ground. This guy, are you intercepting this man? Bay Springs right now. Whoa! Is that a wedge? They're right on top of something down here. This is, let's see. Bay Springs, Mississippi right now. This guy's going to be the problem. Yep. I can't pass him on this. It's okay. It's okay. I know. That's fine. We'll get it in time. Sorry, this is cool stuff. So this is a chaser right now in Bay Springs, Mississippi, with a tornado on the ground. I thought I saw it for a minute, but Not seeing anything right now. So let's zoom back out. Right now, the active tornadoes are right in here. This is really the active region right now. But that I do expect that to like expand into our region over the next couple hours. Because again, all these things are moving that way. And I mean, you know, this is still that way. So this area right here is definitely not out of the woods. It's starting to be a little messy, which is good. We're not out of the woods yet. What is this? You got a camera up here in Lexington? Or that's just a station? Okay. I was like, wow, that's cool. So let's look back down here to the cell south at Aliceville. This is concerning. It's going to be a pretty tight rotation, I would assume. Yeah, from this angle. Let's look at the track here. I got to look at this a couple times. The circulation itself, let's see, let's track it. Started kind of right here. So right here. You know, you push that forward, that's really going to hug the southern edge, and that could impact Tuscaloosa down the line. But right now it's looking like it would be the northern side of Tuscaloosa. Again, you hope it just doesn't intensify more. Because if it does, it's going to take more of that right-hand turn and impact Tuscaloosa. Let's see. I'm going to check out these cells to the north of it. These might get choked out by the supercell to their south. But, just in case, look at it. I mean, there's still, that's pretty tight rotation. Let's look at the correlation coefficient. Okay, nothing yet. But that's pretty tight rotation with that cell in Ethelsville. So they might issue something there. And then up here, velocity, that's looking like that could start rotating here in a second too. That's a broad rotation right there. Let's see how that played out. Let's zoom out. Let's go over here a little bit. Yeah, it's broad. But the circulation is tightening on Highway 82 right now. And the circulation's tightening a little bit near Vernon. So, got to watch that. And that could eventually track up into places like Haleyville, Moulton. So, you know, you got to watch those. But if they get consumed by all this clutter, then that could help our chances a little bit. But again... let's see. You got two. I would count those as supercells at this point. I would think they've got issue warning for at least one of those soon. Nicholas Simmons says, "I'm in a trailer right now. Is that good?" No. If you're under a tornado warning, get into the lowest floor, away from windows, in a substantial structure with a foundation. Mobile homes, it's like going, you know, it's like having literally like a little tin can. Those tornadoes can just, I mean, just honestly, it's really hard for you to survive in a mobile home during a tornado. Yeah, Lucy, I would wait a second. See, are you in Tuscaloosa? You have to text me your location, Lucy. You're going to have to. I don't know which one you're at. Let's see. I mean, yeah, we definitely, you know, ongoing tornado outbreak right now. My main concerns are, and I'll just circle them. This supercell heading into Tuscaloosa. I will say, Lucy, if you're in Tuscaloosa, You need to probably not go anywhere. This is it. I will say it's probably about 45 minutes, maybe even an hour out. So they're not going extremely fast, but they're going kind of fast. Let's see. Okay. Lucy, I would wait a little bit because of hail. I don't think that we have a tornado threat right now. Not anything really tight in our northern storms up here. Still keeping an eye on it, but nothing too crazy right now. Let's see, we got an update to the day one outlook. Let's see, I'll keep it right there. Let me go over here. Let's go to the day one outlook. Actually, I'll just go to that tweet. Or what? Zeet? X? I don't know, man. Sorry, it's been really slow. Got a tornado warning. Okay, that's interesting. All right, there it goes. All right, so there's a tornado warning in Limestone County now. And if it hasn't been obvious where I'm from, we got a lockdown. So here we go. We got a tornado warning in Limestone County. I didn't see anything too aggressive here, so this must be observed. No, it's indicated. Radar indicated. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not seeing anything too insane right now. I actually, maybe right here, but that's going to be north of Athens. So I'm just going to, I'll respect it. You got to respect the polygon here, but right now I'm not seeing anything too aggressive. Let's look at correlation coefficient. Make sure we're not getting any damage. Not seeing anything right now. This is off the Huntsville radar. But the tornado warning is going to be, let's see, Coxie over to Athens. Athens, I would say, you know, just out of respect to this thing, get in your safe place. However, what I will say is there is not a significant indication of a tornado right now. And B, where the tornado would be, you can definitely see on reflectivity where it would be. So it's going to be somewhere in there. That's going to be moving east-northeast towards Elkmont. So if you're in Elkmont, you need to get in a safe place. That is your lowest floor of your house, away from windows in an interior room. If you have a bicycle helmet, go for it. This is one of those days where you can have pretty strong tornadoes. And this looks like this is our first tornado in this region for the day. So got to keep an eye on it. There's a possible tornado in North Limestone County. There's also a secondary rotation maybe opening up right there, but that could just be a hail course. So, yeah, so I'll say this. I'm going to play it kind of safe here. But I think that this is a good move on a day like today. This is the warning. This is the warning. Everybody that's shown on screen right now is in the tornado polygon. You have Athens, downtown Athens, and then Oakland, Coxie, Elkmont, up to Ardmore, especially in Ardmore. Get in your safe place. Let's see. I need to plug in this laptop. Maybe in Oakland? Let's look back at velocity. Not anything too impressive. Correlation coefficient. maybe something in Oakland. Maybe. But again, that's Oakland. That's West. This is there's nothing on my Instagram. Hold on, there should be. Yeah, no, there's. Hold on. Making sure this link works. Oh my gosh. Ugh. It linked to. Man, that stinks. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Let's make sure. Okay, good. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. Ella, look at my story, man. Come on now. So I would say possible tornado is going to pass north of Athens. But this whole thing could have, what is this, hail up to ping pong size? So, I mean, gotta respect that. But again, this possible tornado is going to move to the north of Athens. I think the best indicator we have of the tornado right now is like right here. And I think that it would be near Oakland. So if you live near Oakland, get in a safe place. We're going to put a possible tornado right here. So this is going to move, let's see, here's Alabama Highway 99, right here. Let's see, Tillman Road, New Cut Road, right through here. And then downtown Athens, right here. Oakdale, not Oakland, over here. Piney Chapel, right here. Alabama Highway 127, that's Jefferson Street, right through there. And again, now it's moved up here. So now, with this next radar scan, I guess the possible tornado would be up here going towards Elkmont. And you can see something on reflectivity. It looks like there could be a possible tornado there. Yeah, all right. So now you're starting to get a little bit more better of an angle on this thing. And they might have seen something with the... oh my gosh. They might... Yes. Hold on, I'm sorry. Trying to get... trying to make sure the stream works. It says hail less than an inch on the warning, or on the tornado warning. But on the severe thunderstorm warning, it says 1.5 inch ping pong size hail. Gosh, what do you mean for one reason it's not showing up? It should have posted. Lucy, send the stream to Ella. I know she's watching. Come on now. Let's go to high res velocity. Again, not seeing anything particularly impressive. This is gonna, whatever it is, it's gonna stay to the north of Athens, I think. Now, this, let's see, I gotta play this out. The cluster is making it hard to see where everything is and what storm is what. Okay. So it looks like it's still moving like that. It's still moving like that. You have, this is pretty much cluster at this point. So I am still going to watch it, but the main cell, and it had a little hook there. It had a little hook there right there. Right now it's in North Elkmont. I would say it's in northern Elkmont right now. If there is a tornado on the ground, it's in northern Elkmont. That will be tracking, I wouldn't even say it hits Ardmore, towards maybe Vito, up towards Elkton, Tennessee, and then eventually impacting like New Delrose. So, watch out for it. But I still think, again, the downtown Athens and points that way, south and west, or south and east. I did the whole thing and it didn't work. Tornado. Watch the stream. Let's see. High res velocity. Still, there's some, like on the cell to the south. I don't even want to call it a cell. It's like a cluster. That is over like Ripley right now. Gotta watch that. That would, again, probably just move this time south of Elkmont, but still north of Athens, I would think. But I still gotta watch that. But I would say the possible tornado now is about to steer clear of Elkmont. So let's go back to reflectivity. And these things are moving fast. Like, these are. The ones south of it aren't really moving that fast. But that was fast. I mean, that moved there fast. Possible tornado north of Elkmont. Again, tracking up towards Elkton. So, I don't know. What does that mean? What? Yeah, tornado. That is, I'm glad that I'm getting alerts on my phone. That was weird. I didn't expect. I didn't expect that. Let's see. I'm gonna zoom out. Well, yeah, that tornado warning is for this cell, and I'm gonna show you what I mean by this. Like, you can kind of see an outline, like right here, of a possible supercell. And obviously that would be the hook right here. But I'm just not seeing anything in terms of, say, a tornado on the ground. I'm just not seeing any signs of anything there. I'm going to check down the line. Let's see. Velocity. Nothing significant yet, but I will say there is something trying to get its act together right around here. And that would move still northeast of Athens. But notice I haven't given anybody the all clear yet because the whole storm hasn't passed. So I'm still going to say stay in your safe place if you're in Athens. If you're northwest of Athens, I would especially stay in your safe place. And if you're in between Elkmont and Athens, wait until this broad rotation passes overhead to go about your day. We are still looking pretty good in terms of the whole outlook, but I mean, again, let's see. Let me look back over at the Cape values really quick, and this doesn't update a lot. See, now this cluster has brought our Cape values down significantly. This has surface-based Cape only of like 200, 300, 400 joules per kilogram. And that was one of the possible North Alabama fail modes. That being said, all the model guidance still has another surge coming in here later. So, you can't be like, you can't say it's not over until it's over. It ain't over until the fat lady sings. That's what they say. That's what they say. But, again, I'm not seeing anything too significant in this storm right here. Again, there is that concerning area right there on 72. And I want it to run one more time. Definitely want it to run one more time. See how it's looking here on the next run. It's going to be big to see what's going on here. It should be, what is it? That was 3:15. It's 3:19. It should be coming in here soon. Wind is picking up. Not anything insane, but wind is definitely picking up. The circulation that I think prompted the warning is still up here, like across the Tennessee border, I think. But there's still this broad rotation that I'm just kind of keeping my eye on right now. If you're in, Lindsay Lane, Lake Ida Heights, Cantera Place, you're not in the polygon, and you don't necessarily need to be in your safe place right now. So that, again, broad tornado right now, or I say broad tornado, broad circulation on radar right now. I'm going to look. Thank you, Les. Thank you, Mitzi. All right, jump scare. Yeah, tell me about it. That was so random. Hey, Toast Noodle, I'm in Central Alabama, and I'm watching outside the clouds, and right now it's not dangerous, but when it starts, I will be outside. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't be outside. Watch it on TV or something. Don't go out there looking for it. You know I'm fighting the urge today, but it's one of those days that you just can't. Okay, wind is really picking up right now. I think there is a convergence right there. And wind is really picking up. Okay, so new run in. That broad rotation has dissipated for the most part. So let's go back to reflectivity. I don't expect this to look that impressive, and it really doesn't. But I still am noticing a little bit of a trend here. So now they've issued a severe thunderstorm warning for up there in Fayetteville, Tennessee, and Lynchburg. Yeah, this is helping our case. This mess is really helping our case right now. Notice there is another severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag all the way back in Russellville again. So don't know what that's about. I think we're kind of out of the radar thing right here. So let's look back here, and I mean, yeah, maybe, but not anything too organized with that yet. Now that's starting to get its act together. That's around Winfield up towards Haleyville. Let's look on the velocity on that, and it's starting to do something. It's certainly trying to get its act together, and that could track up into our area. We're gonna have to watch out for that down the road. Am I good to run to more? Actually, you know what? Lucy? Just wait like 20 minutes. Just wait like 30 minutes. 30 minutes. But yeah, we got a supercell south of Haleyville. I think they're going to have to issue a warning with that eventually. That has strengthened. I'm pretty sure that's strengthened by the last time I talked about that. High-res velocity, Vernon, south of Vernon. Little bit of something going on there. Not anything particularly impressive out of that one. And that was the one that was in Columbus. That was pretty tight earlier. But here is this big supercell that's going to be heading towards relatively Tuscaloosa, and now we've really got an intense circulation heading near Tuscaloosa. Huntsville has expired, by the way, the tornado warning for Limestone County. So the tornadoes are probably tornado from that anyways is no longer a factor. Heavy rain coming down in Athens, but that is it. So this is going through cycles right now. This is a major supercell. This is going to be heading up towards, I would hope, and I think, northern Tuscaloosa County, Coker, Northport, north of Brookwood. Let's see, kind of eyeballing it. I'm still thinking Coker. I'm thinking Coker. I'm thinking up there towards Lake Tuscaloosa. Wood Estates, Carroll Wood Estates, Mount Olive, Thorndale, be on your guard. They're about to issue a tornado warning here. Yeah, there you go. They just issued the tornado warning. So that is a tornado warning for portions of Tuscaloosa County. I'm waiting for it to pop up on here. Yeah, there it is. I do not expect it to impact the city of Tuscaloosa at this point. However, Northport, Coker, those areas could really see a tornado. And this is a day they're in the high risk right there. I mean, you could have a long track violent tornado with that kind of look. That is not a look you want to see if you're in Tuscaloosa. It's just not. So right now, this is the big story. This is the big story right now. We got, let's see, this is probably just radar indicated. Inch diameter hail. Inch diameter hail. But the main threat here is a possible tornado heading into Tuscaloosa County. So this is right now near Pleasant Grove, heading up towards Pioneer, keeping these communities. It's going to go right through the valley. It's going to go towards Bull, Forest Green Park, Coker. I got to stop clicking on the warning. Arnedra subdivision, Mount Olive, Thorndale, Rising Tide, Bachelor subdivision. That's the area that this is moving into. So, big picture, the tornado warning in Limestone County has been allowed to expire. There is a tornado warning up in Tennessee. So, Cape values, despite being low, still are enough in an environment like this to create rotating updrafts. And that is why I'm still concerned about the supercells down the line. It is, I mean, and two concerning ones for the Tennessee Valley. This one's trying to separate itself. It's trying just anything to get its own moisture going right here in Vernon. And then up here in Haleyville, those two are the ones that I'm concerned about down the line for the Tennessee Valley. Those could really be a problem. If they get their act together, we'll have an issue. Last time I checked, let's see, you're getting a pretty good rotation in Vernon, not anything too extreme. And over there towards Haleyville, it's broad. Let's take a look at it from Huntsville. And not seeing anything on both of them, I think it's too far away. But if those supercells can get their act together, then we might be in for another round here in a second. But that was our first supercell of the day. All right, so right now, heavy rain in Athens. Let me check just to kind of calm everybody's nerves here. We'll kind of reset here for a second. Let's see. There looks like there might be a little hook. One little region of this. That would be south of Ardmore. But I think in terms of a tornado, let's see how much time this has. It says 17 minutes. They're going to allow that to expire. Right now, in terms of that specific supercell, I'm giving Athens the all clear. But places like Moulton, Decatur, Athens could get right back here into it, especially with these supercells down here near Fayette and Vernon and Haleyville. If they get their act together, then it could pose a threat again for places like Moulton, Athens, Decatur, Huntsville, Hartselle, Coleman, down the line. But we're just going to have to wait and see if they can get their act together. I think there's a fair chance. I mean, they're in a really good environment for it right now, but it really could go either way. So let's go back over here to Tuscaloosa. This is the Columbus radar. Getting a little messy. That's good news. Let's do velocity. It's looking pretty tight. I mean, kind of almost two areas of interest there. Let's look at the Birmingham radar vantage point. And yeah, it's getting pretty tight. That's, let's see, that's probably still close to, yeah, Pleasant Grove, Pioneer. Let's make sure we don't have a correlation coefficient on that, because that is a pretty intense rotation. Not seeing any sign of a tornado on the ground, but a tornado is definitely trying to get on the ground. I can almost guarantee you there's a wall cloud. That is going to track into northern Tuscaloosa County. That will probably not impact downtown Tuscaloosa. But just because this supercell goes through doesn't mean you're not going to have another one down the line. This is that kind of day where you could have multiple rounds. Lucy's fine, not Doom. Shout out for the live coverage, Harrison. Thanks for helping to keep everyone safe. Thanks, Will Hines. Let's see. Tornado in Collins. There's just many tornadoes on the ground right now. But we are down to only 3 major cells down here. Let's go Jackson radar. It is starting to get a little tight down here. But I'm sure the next thing they'll do is introduce Mobile and Southeast. Well, I wouldn't say Auburn and Enterprise Dothan yet, but maybe implement them into this a little bit. It looks like they just had a mesoscale discussion on it, so let's see what they got. They circle the area. They keep Mobile out of it, but this includes Tuscaloosa, Meridian, Butler, Wiggins, Hattiesburg. Says multiple supercells capable of intense to potentially violent tornadoes to persist into the evening. So let's see. Let's check these chasers. There's a lot going on, but that does look really messy. So these guys are probably just heading south. He's just hanging out on the side of the road. Lightning is still going on. That's still going to happen. I think what's good is that we have a bit of a washout in North Alabama, which is really good. However, again, what I'm worried about going forward is this region in here and what that will do moving into our region. And if these two right here can get their act together, then things will get a little interesting again. But I do say that, again, you have broad signs of rotation in both of those, but we're still just keeping an eye on it. Right now, the big one is still down here in Tuscaloosa. Pretty good sign of rotation. Let's go to Birmingham. Yep, still got really good couplet right there heading towards, again, that would be north of Tuscaloosa. So if you're in the city of Tuscaloosa, obviously keep an eye on this thing. But I don't even think it's on the ground right now, and it's going to be to your north. So if only there was access to a camera right here in Tuscaloosa. I mean, come on. But that would be incredible. Let's see. Zooming back out. The severe thunderstorm warning has, it's going to be allowed to expire. It's got 12 minutes to go, but I'm sure they'll cancel it here in a second. And then the next area of concern will be these two cells. Specifically this one right now. So, just got to keep an eye on it. But right now, it's raining pretty good here. We got a little boundary setting up, or a convergence boundary of some sort, right here. And let's see if that's making any progress at all. Because if it's not, that really helps. It's making progress. And this thing is still out by itself. And this, the more unstable air right here will make a little bit of a push into North Alabama here in a little bit, especially after all this rain goes by. But right now, Athens, Florence, Decatur, Huntsville, Elkmont, Ardmore, just a bunch of rain. And thank goodness. Honestly, thank goodness. No, Alaska's fine, Goose. Someone said tornado on the ground near Tuscaloosa. I'm still getting radar indicated. I'm not seeing anything on correlation coefficient yet that would say that it is on the ground. Well, Huntsville issues tornado warning for, that's up here for Tullahoma, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Sorry, I saw Huntsville in the name, and I was like, well, okay, what's next? This is a pretty tight circulation, and this is, let's see. Let's go to the correlation coefficient. This shows possible radar being thrown aloft. Not seeing a huge sign yet. Let's go. Is that it? Birmingham. Can I do that? Well, no, obviously. Sorry, I'm just trying to learn how to use this thing right now too. Okay, from this angle, especially not seeing anything on the ground yet in Tuscaloosa. They haven't changed the report to on the ground. Haven't seen anything yet that would say it's on the ground. So right now it's still looking good, but the possible tornado is still going to head to the north of Tuscaloosa. Maybe impact northern regions of Northport. Further south, let's see. Let's go to Jackson for a second. Taylorsville, towards Laurel. Let's see. Is this on the ground? Yeah. PDS tornado watch, actually. So let's look at the correlation coefficient on this. This would be a good example to kind of show what I'm looking for. There's a little bit of scud there. I think it might be coming off the ground right now. But there's your possible, or I guess confirmed tornado on the ground. Let's check out this guy's cam. See what he's got going on. He's in So-So, Mississippi. Not seeing anything.
Oh, God damn it, I left my window.
Oh, he said a really bad word. That's crazy you can get audio on that. See, not seeing anything insane right now. Getting a little bit of a sign from that radar that there would be something in Tuscaloosa, but still not getting anything major. Let's look at velocity. I mean, it's a pretty good couplet. I mean, that is a gnarly couplet right there. And so that is a tornado that's probably about to touch down in between Gordo and Coker. So if you're anywhere in between those, be in your safe place right now. And this is where it gets really intense. Right now, the tornado is probably like right there south of Kirk, heading towards Hallman and Bull, Alabama. Eventually going to impact like Shirley, Ecola, maybe Coker. But it's probably going to go in between Gordo and Coker. But if you're in that polygon, which you'll be able to see it better if I go to the other reflectivity product here. If you're in that polygon, be in your safe place. You got to take your precautions. Update up here, they have allowed the severe thunderstorm warning to expire in Limestone County. So the tornado threat's over for now, and the severe thunderstorm threat is over for now. Let's look at the radar up here. What radar was that? What was I even looking at? Was that Birmingham? Huh. All right. Well, our next concern, obviously, is this one in Haleyville. Let's check on it real quick. It's still broad, but it's been trying to get its act together. The reason I'm worried about that is the storm, if it gets its act together, could impact places like Moulton, Decatur, and then Athens. So, still watching that, but that one's got like a north-northeast, like very north. I would just say mostly just north right there as it's trying to get its act together. The storm itself is going east-northeast. So it's trying to get its act together. But I think there's also this little band right here could slam into it. And then it's either going to make it worse or better for us. So it's going to have to see how that unfolds. But again, right here, let's go to velocity. Tuscaloosa. I mean, oh my gosh. That is a intense circulation. Let's see. Starting to see a little something on CC near Tuscaloosa. Okay. I would not be surprised because that is a very, very tight signature right there. A tornado really might be on the ground right there. Here's the next one, and it looks like it got a little bit better. So it is coming and going almost. Correlation coefficient. Let's check it out. Yep, starting to see a little something there. They're still saying radar indicated, but there's definitely damage being thrown aloft now. So I will say this is definitely a tornado on the ground at this point. But this is going to be moving east-northeast. I guess just actually at this point, more just northeast. There looks like there's two possible rotations here to worry about. One is right here, and that's going to be tracking northeast towards Coker. All right? And then another one, which looks like it was on the ground, is, and they just did observed, so they have updated it, is going northeast. So let's look at, they got strong tornado now north of, it's going to the north of Tuscaloosa. Let's look at the report here. A confirmed tornado is located near Gordo, moving northeast. It's a damaging tornado with quarter-sized tail. It's radar confirmed, so we don't have eyes on it yet. Flying debris will be dangerous for those caught without shelter. Let's see. Tornado is on the ground. So this is near Gordo, and that is for that northern rotation. And you can tell it's really starting to get its act together. That is southeast of Gordo, moving northeast, going about they said 45 miles per hour. That's going to be headed towards Hallman, definitely. Hallman, it's pretty much right on top of you. If you're in Hallman, be in your safe place. You have to be. It's knocking on your door. This could be a violent tornado on the ground. We have Ecola, Shirley. Let's see if we can zoom in even more. It's about to. It's going to eventually cross Alabama Route 171, but right now it is right on top of U.S. Highway 82, crossing through Hallman. Let's look at the correlation coefficient. And you have a violent tornado on the ground, most likely. That is going to pass north of Northport, I would think. But this is going to be in between Coker and Gordo, moving northeast into places like Ecola and Shirley. Maybe the Arnedra subdivision, up towards maybe Mount Olive and Thorndale, at the most, like the southernmost extent. So I would say the city of Tuscaloosa does not have to worry about this particular tornado. They could have other tornadoes down the line, but this one is a supercell that's going to be moving to the north and west of Tuscaloosa and Northport. But that will impact portions of Tuscaloosa County going forward. Again, I just want to check on this one in Haleyville. I'm just keeping my eye on it. About to make impact with that boundary right there, and that'll be interesting to see what happens. But right now, just watching that cell for any improvements. If those two cells merge, that will probably help its case. So still have got to keep an eye on that. And then, of course, down the line, we have a radar-indicated tornado right there. We have an observed tornado near Meridian, Mississippi. Let's see if we can get a better radar down here. Let's see. This is still a Columbus radar. Okay, I mean, I guess this is probably the best look that we're going to get. If this is a confirmed tornado on the ground, it should have a correlation coefficient, and it really doesn't. Maybe a really weak trace right there. What was that? Yeah, DeKalb. That's going east, or I guess northeast into places like Aliceville in Alabama down the line, maybe Pickinsville, Geiger, Scuba, Mississippi. So keep an eye on that. You also got to keep an eye on these. I mean, this is along the dry line, but these are obviously trying to get their act together too. They're hooking out a little bit, trying to get some sort of inflow going on. And again, as this event unfolds, I expect this area to light up a little bit more before that dry line goes away. So I'm not giving Athens the all clear yet. Florence is close. Let's see. Let's see. Obviously, I know the surface-based Cape should still be down. It is. Hopefully, I mean, if this rain can keep up, we'll be fine. North Alabama will be fine. Other sections, Auburn's still under the gun, and Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, obviously, but North Alabama, the Tennessee Valley, we could be okay, but I'm still not going to say it yet because it's still really close. Let's bring up the day one outlook. So this is like updated, like to the hour. I'll turn counties on, zoom in. So this was updated, I think, at 3 o'clock, maybe 3:15. Let's switch over to this. This is your new high risk. Expands into southern Mississippi, southeastern Mississippi, but as you can see, there's still a big portion of Alabama that's still in a high risk, and that includes Decatur. That includes Moulton. Athens, Scottsboro, Huntsville, Fayetteville, we're all in the moderate risk, and so is Auburn, Montgomery, and Mobile. But that's a 4 out of 5. And we could still have long-track violent tornadoes, but the confidence is higher in that pink-shaded region. And again, that would include places like Tuscaloosa, Birmingham. Let's see if I can put some cities on here that kind of just orients you a little bit. But that is what it's looking at. Here you go. You got something I can probably show here. Let me switch back over to the radar while I switch this over. Just really quick. Severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible. That's going to be for northern Huntsville. Yeah. This is a better look at it. The outlook. So that is the public weather outlook, and that is pretty much, pretty much what I just said. Florence is still on the edge of the moderate risk, so it's not over. I mean, you can't say it's quite over yet, but the dry line is getting kind of close, but the dry line itself is moving really slow. Columbus, Mississippi is still in the moderate. Starkville, I cannot believe it, but I think they actually got out unscathed. I think they're going to be all right. They're going to have one more round here. But right now, Starkville, it could be looking a lot worse. But right now, they're in the enhanced. Columbus, moderate. Meridian, still high. Hattiesburg, still high. Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, still high. Shelby County down there. Not Montgomery. Montgomery's moderate. Auburn's moderate. Huntsville, moderate. Gadsden's moderate. So we're still in the game. The game is still going on. This is, still a significant day unfolding. But again, I am still concerned about this region right here. If that can get its act together, then we could experience another tornado warning up here as far north as Athens, Decatur, Huntsville. Let's check on this tornado in between Coker and Gordo. Let's go to velocity, and this run still has it crossing US 82, but I'm sure it's past that by this point. So let's go to, okay, yeah, so the, let's see, they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning, a new severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, it continued, never mind. So you still have evidence of a tornado on the ground, right? That's debris being thrown aloft, but it is tracking more northeast now. So again, if you're Northport, Tuscaloosa, I think you're going to get out of this unscathed. I think you're going to get out of this particular supercell unscathed. Let's play that out. Let's look at trends here. Let's see. It doesn't have that same form that it did earlier, so that's good. Still got to keep an eye on it. Let's go back here to the Tennessee Valley. See what we got going on here. Rain. That's what you like to see. That's what you like to see. Oh, I'm not even on the radar. Oh my goodness, how embarrassing. There it is. But yeah, a lot of rain. That's what you like to see. That's what you like to see. But again, you know, since it wasn't showing, we'll show the velocity scale. Oh! Okay, so the other circulation has really fired up. So this was the tornado that was on the ground. This was the tornado that was on the ground. That is lifting. This is becoming the main circulation, and that could be a big tornado. Let me see if that is on the ground, or I guess getting any signs. There are maybe some signs of this hitting the ground, but this one is still on the ground. This one's towards Ecola, going up towards Brownville, Shirley, Montgomery Lakes, if you're in any of those areas, get in your safe place. But there looks to be another strong tornado forming near Coker in the Oranedra subdivision, going up towards Mount Olive and Thorndale. And this is where you get into the northern side of Northport. So let's kind of go in on this for just a second. Again, here's your hook. You have a bit of a hook right here. And then, obviously, you know, you can kind of, you know, I'm trying to make it a little bit more understandable. But that would be your possible tornado right in the middle of that circulation right there. And this is just normal rain. Here's the velocity. This is wind. The green is going towards the radar. The red's going away. And, yeah, you can see that really flared up. You had the northern rotation that's kind of peeling out and going that way. And now you got, I mean, that, look how fast that went. I mean, it was like not even there at all. And then all of a sudden, wha-bam. So you have a possible large tornado north of Coker that's about to touch down if it hasn't already. And this does have a radar indicated. So they updated it to radar indicated. They're not exactly sure if it is on the ground as of right now, but it is looking quite tight and looking like it has quite the rotation to it. So you got to respect it. It'll be going, again, northeast, north of Northport, Wood Estates, Carrollwood Estates, Smoke Rise, Thorndale Mount, all of this thing's coming right towards you. You need to get in a safe place. I mean, this could be a violent tornado on the ground right now. Let's go to correlation coefficient and see if we have anything on the ground. There are some signs, and it still looks like the one up towards Ecola is still on the ground. So again, Brownville, Montgomery Lakes, be in your safe place, but there's also this other one down here in Mount Olive. Thorndale, Bachelor Subdivision up there, Driftwood Estates, North River Country Club Estates. Golly, a lot of estates. I think there's going to be a tornado on the ground. If it's not already on the ground right now, it's going to be on the ground in the next couple minutes. And that'll be heading towards the general direction of Lake Tuscaloosa. Should pass to the north of Northport. I thought I heard a whistle. That was weird. But I think Tuscaloosa, I think definitely Tuscaloosa and Northport are in the all clear from this specific supercell. Again, that's moving northeast, and it's getting its act together a little bit. It's getting its act together. This you're still getting some stuff in Haleyville, and it looks like it has some sort of inflow. It's still trying its best to get its act together. So again, we're just gonna have to keep an eye on that. But this tornado right here, thankfully, is going to pass to the north of Tuscaloosa. The velocity, if it would load. I would love a new run. That one was 349. It's 355 right now, and would be good to get another round in here real quick. Let's see. Again, just waiting for that next model run or that next radar. See what is going on. It's still got a pretty tight, like, indication, a pretty strong indication of a tornado right there, but that goes back to being broad. It's flip-flopping on us. Let's go to correlation coefficient. Weak, maybe evidence of a little bit of debris in there, but not anything too significant. Again, this is going to pass to the north of Tuscaloosa. It's going to pass to the north of Tuscaloosa. Let's look at the chat, see if we got anything. Yeah, north tornado does seem to be lifting. The velocity, very strong. Did he leave the tweet up on purpose? I did not. That was my mistake. Okay. So, right now, we're good. I don't think there's a tornado on the ground right now. I think the one that was in Gordo might have lifted. But now the main concern is what's north of Coker. So, there you go. See, I don't know what was going on. It's flip-flop back and forth. This thing, it goes back and forth between being a violent tornado on the ground, but this is definitely a violent tornado on the ground. I mean, that is a crazy signature. That will be, again, going to the north of Northport. It's right on top of Thorndale. Let's see if we've got any new correlation coefficient going on. Nothing yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets, it's going to really get into their Carrollwood Estates. That's a lot of people there. Let's go high-res velocity. Again, that's going to be your best indication of where this tornado is. Right here. I'm saying right there is where your possible tornado is. That's going to be going northeast towards the Bachelor subdivision, probably and hopefully north of Carrollwood Estates, but it is on the ground now probably, so it's going to take that hard right-hand turn at some point, and it's, again, going back and forth. I'm not going to lie, I'm almost starting to not trust that data, so I'm still going to say that a possible tornado is about right here, and that's going to be going in northeast Bachelor subdivision, North River Country Estates. South of rising tide, hopefully, but this is still the broad rotation. You could still have a tornado, at any point of that broad rotation. Let's go to the correlation coefficient again. It doesn't have anything on the ground yet. So, again, looking at the big picture, good widespread rain and thunderstorms right here. That is what we needed if we didn't want this to be really, really bad. So thankfully, that is good news. However, we still got to respect it because you're still in the threat. And I'm still watching this one. And obviously you got to watch the ones on the line, but that's more going to be straight line wind damage. But so you got a massive one down here. Yeah, that's PDS tornado warning. Let's see if we got tornado on a camera down here. It's pouring down rain right there. See if he's got anything. Nice. See if he's got anything. There is a tornado on the ground headed towards Meridian, Mississippi. If you're in Meridian, Mississippi, definitely get in your safe place. I think the target area is definitely from Enterprise, Stonewall, up I-59 towards Meridian. So it's probably going to eventually get right on there, right on top of I-59, and then hit Meridian if it stays on the ground. Let's see. Switch to the Birmingham radar for a second, get a better view into the storm. This is again north of Tuscaloosa. Very aggressive couplet right there. This is right over rising tide. So again, you know, that whole broad area, you could have a tornado, and there's looking like there might be one right here. Correlation coefficient, not anything too scary, but the couplet sure is strong right over rising tide, Alabama. They'll be moving towards Lake Cove, North River Country Club Estates, North Riviera. So if you're really anywhere, North Wind, Rising Tide, Binion Heights, Bachelor Subdivision, Lake Cove, North River Country Estates, if you're anywhere in there, get in your safe place. I mean, a tornado could drop anywhere in that location in the next 10, 15 minutes. Of course, they continued this. It's radar indicated. It's not confirmed, thankfully. Hello, Ribbler. Nosted Toodle, Radar Scope, or Radar Omega. I'm still iffy about it, but I am not going to lie. I'm liking this Radar Omega. I'm liking the Omega. It's good stuff. Radar Scope is classic. It's simple. It's good, but this is some good stuff. I mean, you have so many tools on here.